Welcome back to the It Girl Mindset. I am so freaking excited to get into today's episode per usual, but I don't know, something about the It Girl Mindset, it feels like this new era and it just feels like this fresh start. And I'm just so freaking happy that you are here, okay? So today we are talking about how to have an unstoppable mind. And I have 10 tips because y'all know I talk about how important your mindset is, but I think sometimes people just don't know where to start with their mindset. And so I want to tell you a bunch of tips to get you started. What does having an unstoppable mind even mean? To me, it means that you are resilient, you are emotionally intelligent, and you feel happy. You feel motivated, you feel inspired. It's almost like you have control over your mind. A lot of us, and I'm speaking from personal experience and working with clients, we think that we are a victim to our own mind when we have so much power and so much control over our mind. And a lot of times, not a lot of times, all times, the way we react, the way our mindset is because of past traumas, past beliefs, past thoughts. And we don't just think things because we feel like it. It really does come from past experiences. So the cool thing about mindset is that you get to shift and change it. Again, you are not a victim to your mindset. You have complete control over it, okay? So I want to tell you 10 tips to have an unstoppable mind. Welcome to the It Girl Mindset, where I help you step into the next level version of yourself by mastering your mindset, manifesting your deepest desires, and connecting deeply with your body. It's about becoming the most authentic, radiant, unapologetic, and unbothered version of yourself. Together, we're going to chat about how to unlock your true potential and create a life that feels as good as it looks. If you're ready to become the healthiest, hottest, and most abundant version of yourself, you're in the perfect place. Let's get into it. And before I get into the tips, I actually wanted to tell you about how I used to be because I think it's important that you see the transformation. Guys, I used to be so anxious, so scared, so terrified of the world around me. I would be afraid to talk to people. I never had trust in myself. I thought that I was just a victim to whatever my life was going to be. And once I started focusing on my mindset, that's when everything changed for me. I've talked a lot about how negative my mindset was when I was in college and I had gained some weight and I was horrible and so mean to myself, and I didn't believe that I could do anything. Even like school was really hard for me. I just believed I wasn't smart. I had so many negative thoughts in my mind, and now I'm one of those people where I believe I can do anything. I believe that my mind is so powerful. I have so much control over my mind. I also, as a side note, even probably 5 years ago with an ex-boyfriend, if he was mad at me, it would ruin my whole day, even if I didn't do anything wrong. I would let other people's emotions dictate how I feel, and now my mind is so fucking powerful, and I literally have a do not enter sign on my mind. And that didn't happen overnight, but I'm hoping that these tips are going to help you really start to strengthen your mind and know how much power and control you have over it, okay? Tip number 1 is showing up for yourself and keeping the promises you make to yourself, okay? This is something that is good for so many reasons, but in order to build trust with yourself, you have to do the things you say you're going to do. And I think it's so interesting because a lot of times, we have a boss or a friend or whatever that you will show the heck up for them. Whatever they say, you do it, no questions asked, or you're there for them, no questions asked. But with ourselves, we can get really, I don't even want to say lazy. It's more just like we give ourselves an out because we make up some excuse or we have some belief that we need to stay where we are now rather than grow and evolve and change. And we don't hold ourselves to the highest standard when we kind of do for other people. So you have to keep the promises to yourself. No matter how freaking small they are, you need to keep the promises to yourself, okay? This is as simple as okay, when I go out to eat, I'm going to order something healthy and nutrient dense. Okay, I'm going to get up tomorrow morning as soon as my alarm goes off. Or I'm going to go to the gym after work today, or I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to go over my expenses today. Like every little thing that you tell yourself you're going to do, I want you to do them. And once you do that over and over and over again, you build up that trust with yourself. And that is what creates an unstoppable mind. When you know wholeheartedly that you can trust yourself, your mind will be unstoppable because you've built up that trust and you've built up so much evidence with yourself that, look, I do the things I say I'm going to do. Whatever the next big thing that you want to do, you have so much trust in yourself because you've built up those tiny little evidence and built up that trust with yourself. So that's number one. So important for anything in life, but to have a powerful, unstoppable mindset, do the things you say you're going to do, okay? Especially with yourself. Tip number 2 is nourish your body. I don't believe you can have a strong mind if you feel like shit. That's it. That's all I want to say about this. No, I'm just kidding. But truly, if you feel like shit and you're tired and you're exhausted and you're lethargic and you are feeling sluggish, you're not going to be able to think about having a powerful mind. You have to feel so good and you have to put yourself first and set boundaries and do the things you say you're going to do, okay? Just like all of these are probably going to connect in some way or another because it's all about you. But like I said, you need to keep the promises you make to yourself, including taking care of your body, going to the gym, drinking your water, moving your body, setting boundaries, all of these things. And if you don't know where to start, because as you know, as a health and fitness coach for a long time, start with breakfast, okay? How can you nourish your body, okay? Having a smoothie for breakfast or having some oatmeal. Honestly, healthy food tastes so good. I feel like I've talked about this so much, but healthy food tastes freaking good if you make it taste good, okay? You can make anything taste good and you can make anything taste gross, but highly recommend just starting small. And with these 10 tips too, I just want you to know you don't have to implement everything right away. Slowly over time, add these into your routine. And if one of them sounds like, oh, this is something I really need to work on, start with that one first. But nourishing your body is so important in moving and going on walks and all of the things, because if you feel like shit, also sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. You need to sleep. Sleep is so important, and when you go from sleeping like shit to sleeping like a queen, your life will change. I'm serious. You will have so much energy. You'll have so much clarity. You'll be able to do the things you want to do. You'll be able to keep the promises to yourself so much better. So if you don't know where to start with sleeping and start with having a smoothie in the morning, okay? Tip number 3 is pleasure and joy every single day, okay? I think we forget that we're put in this world to enjoy our life, and in order to have an unstoppable mind, you have to find joy in things, because having an unstoppable mind isn't just work, 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 go, 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 like discipline, discipline, discipline. It's about enjoying your life. And the more you find pleasure and joy in your day, the more you're gonna want to do the things that you say you're gonna do, okay? So I actually every single morning write down 3 pleasurable or joy-filled things that I'm gonna do for the day. So for example, sauna, that's something that really brings me joy. Going to the driving range or playing golf, that's something that really brings me joy. Going on a coffee walk with my dog brings me joy. So I find 3 things every single day that I can do to bring joy into my life. And truthfully, you will just be a happier person if you do that. And when you're a happier, more joyful person, you attract bigger opportunities. You feel better in your skin. You'll feel so much better overall. So joy and pleasure is a huge part of my day-to-day, and I highly recommend adding it into your day. And I feel like, again, I used to act from this like force, discipline, 24/7. Like if you're not working hard, I used to have this saying, oh my gosh, what is it? Maybe this doesn't even make sense what we're talking about, but feel the burn, love the pain. Like I used to think if I was not working hard, what the fuck was the point? If I wasn't like going 120%, what's the point? And that's that all or nothing mindset. But when you start to find joy and pleasure I try to find joy and pleasure in everything. Like even me and Eric were going camping in our trailer, and he was kind of like rushing and all the things, and I was like, I feel like you're stressed out. What's going on? And he's like, I don't know, like I just want to get there. And I was like, okay, how can we make this more fun? Because in my mind, I'm like, the whole journey of going to the grocery store, getting stuff ready, like that can either be stressful and like you want to in a rush to get there, or you can make that part of the journey and actually make it enjoyable and fun. So, and it's all about shifting your perspective, but the more you can shift your perspective into joy and love, life is so much more fun, and it makes doing things that you have to do so much easier. Highly recommend. It's way more fun. Okay, number 4 is hypnosis, okay? You guys know I'm obsessed with the subconscious mind, and in order to reprogram your subconscious mind, using hypnosis is such a powerful tool. I had a client who she one day couldn't get herself out of bed, was struggling to get up, did not want to wake up and go outside or do anything. Like, she was just feeling super unmotivated and not excited to get up and do the things that she knew consciously she wanted to do. So I recorded a hypnosis for her. She did that. The next day, boom, she literally woke up, went outside, did all the things, felt so good in her skin. And so hypnosis is such a powerful tool to bypass the conscious mind and go straight to the subconscious mind. So habits become easier, and you can easily and effortlessly do the things that you know you consciously want to do, but subconsciously something is holding you back. So hypnosis is such a powerful tool, and it's kind of the cheat code to integrating new habits and new beliefs. It's so powerful. So that is a huge tool to have an unstoppable mind. And I don't know if I talk about this a lot, but every single morning I listen to guided meditations. One of them, and I switch them up, but recently I've been using the Higher Self app, and I've been doing morning meditation to have the best day, and then morning meditation for financial abundance or something like that. And I listen to them every single day. I also, throughout my day, if I feel like I have time or I want to, I listen to positive affirmations or other hypnosis sessions. I am listening and pumping my brain to brainwash myself to believe the things that I want. And hypnosis is such a powerful tool to be able to do that. So highly recommend. And again, I don't just do it one time. I'm literally meditating throughout the day, doing hypnosis throughout the day. I am brainwashing the shit out of myself so I can have the type of mind that I want and believe the things that I want. I have something so exciting to share with you today. I'm looking for a dream client, someone who's ready for deep transformation and to step into their next level self. If you've been feeling that pull, that deep knowing that you're meant for more, then listen up. In our private mentorship container, I'll help you unlock your true potential by working closely to release limiting beliefs that are holding you back and deeply ingrain your next level self identity into your mind and body so you can effortlessly manifest your deepest desires and reach any goal. This isn't just about change. It's about deep transformation, becoming the most magnetic, successful, unapologetic, authentic version of yourself so you can live a full life. I'll be your biggest supporter, but I'm also going to be real with you and hold you to your highest standard as you step into the woman you were always meant to be. If this resonates with you and if you feel that pull, then please apply below. The application is in the description. All right, back to the episode. Number 5 is invest in courses and programs so you have the skills to have the mindset that you want. Okay. I'm a huge proponent of investing in yourself. I do this all the time. I'm constantly learning new things, and to have an unstoppable mindset, you want to invest in the things that you want to learn about, okay? Yes, again, I've talked about this so many times. You can read books, but there's so much power being in a community of women that are on the same page as you, okay? Truthfully, it is so powerful just because you get to see that other people are going through the same thing as you, and you're all working together to get to be this unstoppable version of yourself, okay? So if there's something that you are like, I want to learn this and I've been trying, invest in a course. I'm in a money mindset course, okay? I'm also in a nervous system regulation course, okay? I've done mindset courses. When I was in fitness, I did personal training. I dive so deep in the things that I want to become an expert at, and the best way to do that is to invest in yourself and invest in a course and program and get yourself out of your comfort zone to do so. That's when you will learn so much, and also you will be expanded because you will see what other people are doing. If you'll see, oh my gosh, let's just say you want to make $10,000 months or $20,000 months, and you get into a course where it's money mindset, and then you see people making $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, you're going to be like, holy shit, everything is so possible. So it really does expand your mind when you are in groups and programs like that. So It's a powerful tool and one that I use all the freaking time. So invest in yourself. You will never regret it. It is so powerful. Number 6 is gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. When you are grateful for where you are right now, it's so much easier to have control over your mind, okay? If we are constantly like, oh, I just want this, I don't have this, and you're constantly thinking about lack, that's what's gonna come into your brain, okay? But when you can come from a place of gratitude, you are gonna feel so happy on a day-to-day basis. And when you're happy and filled with joy, you have control over your mind. It is so powerful. Once you start kind of talking about things you're grateful for a lot, it's like one of those things where it's like what you focus on grows. And so what I did is I started writing in a journal every single day, 3 things I'm grateful for and why. But then as you do it day after day, even if you're not in the place that you want to be, being grateful for where you are now will just raise your overall vibration and you will feel so much better and you'll probably get to where you want to go a bajillion times faster, okay? But writing down affirmations and why and the feeling that it's giving you, and then soon enough, you'll literally be grateful. You'll be like, I'm so grateful for my microphone right now. I'm so grateful for my camera. I'm so grateful for my coffee. Like, seriously. And it's such a magical feeling when you feel grateful for where you are while still striving for more. Number 7 is release limiting beliefs. I've got a bunch of recent podcast episodes about the subconscious mind and neuro-linguistic programming and how to use NLP. So I won't go into too much detail, but releasing limiting beliefs will drastically, I should have put this one either first or last because I think that this is like my favorite, most powerful tool, is releasing old beliefs that you don't want anymore. That is the golden ticket. That's the thing that's going to get you to have an unstoppable mind. If there's something that you believe that's holding you back, how do you feel like you would feel if that negative or limiting belief just disappeared? You would feel fucking unstoppable, okay? And that's what the power of these tools gives you, like NLP and hypnosis and all the other tools I'm telling you, is it just gives you power and it gives you resilience and it gives you a different perspective of life. But when you're able to release limiting beliefs that are holding you back, you're a different human. Like, I can't even tell you, the last couple months, I've just been releasing limiting beliefs left and right, and I feel like a new freaking human. Like, my mind is the most powerful it's ever been in my whole entire life. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and I just know that everything is happening for me, and I just feel so good about everything in my life right now. So I want you to feel that way too. And the biggest way you can do that is to release limiting beliefs and use hypnosis to add in what belief you want, okay? Number 8 is surround yourself by like-minded people. Again, I think, you know that saying where it's like you are the 5 people you surround yourself with? And it's really true. If you're surrounded by people that believe, oh, life is hard, you just have to have a boring job and this just sucks, and oh my gosh, like I'm just gonna work to work and get a paycheck, that's what you're gonna believe. But if you're surrounded, like for example, growing up, that was the thing for me. It's like, oh, you just want to get a safe job. You just want to like go to and climb the corporate ladder and have paid or whatever, like request vacation off and all the things. And that's what I believed my life was going to be until I joined a business mentorship, invested in myself, and I saw that people were doing what they love, making so much money. It's amazing. Ridiculously amazing. And so if you're surrounded by people that have the beliefs that you want, what do you think is going to rub off on you? Those beliefs, okay? And again, like this kind of goes into what I said, we're investing in courses, but when you're surrounded by people that have the beliefs that you want, your mind becomes expanded. You're like, oh my gosh, they're making $100,000 a month. Oh my gosh, they're making $200,000 a month. They're making $50,000 a month. Whoa, like what's stopping me? You know? So it really just does open your mind and shows you what's possible. Number 9 is affirm what you want, not what you don't want. So many of us, it's okay. I also have done this before where I'm so focused on what I don't want that that's what happens. I don't know. I think about this a lot because okay. So I think you probably know, but if you don't know and you're new here, I got my appendix out probably like 2 months ago. And I was thinking about this, like I've kind of always had a fear of getting my appendix out. I'm always like, oh my God, like what if I'm, like I'll be in a plane and be like, oh my God, what if my appendix bursts right now? Like what would happen? Or I'll like be on a boat and be like, oh my God, like what if my appendix bursts right now? And then my appendix bursts, okay? What you focus on happens because your thoughts become your reality, okay? And again, I wasn't consciously doing that. I wasn't like, oh my God, like I really want my appendix to burst. Like, no, I would just happen because it was always like a fear in the back of my mind. And maybe subconsciously my mom was trying to tell me that it was going to happen. I don't know. But you need to focus on what you want. The reticular activating system. I've talked about this before, but what you focus on grows. Let's just say you want to buy a red Corvette or something and you're looking online at red Corvettes, or you go test drive one or whatever. And then you see red Corvettes everywhere. Everywhere you turn, you're like, red Corvette. You're like, what the heck? I never noticed these before. It's because what you focus on grows. Same with me. When I was looking at 4Runners, I wanted to buy a white 4Runner, which in my mind, everyone freaking has them now. But my reticular activating system was like, oh, white 4Runner, cool. I literally see them everywhere. And obviously I have one now, and now I really see them everywhere. You got to affirm what you want and not what you don't want. Your brain, you get to choose what your brain focuses, because we're getting so much information 24/7, like millions and millions of things, and it's going in your subconscious. It's not going to your conscious mind because our brains don't have the capacity to actually take in all that information at a conscious level. So that's why when you start focusing on something, your brain's like, ding, got it, ding, got it. So if you want to focus on getting more money, you can't be focusing on the lack of money that you have. If you want to be focusing on attracting your soulmate, you can't be focusing on how you feel lonely all the time. If you want to shift careers or you want to raise or whatever, you can be focusing on how much you hate your job or how little money it is that you are getting paid from this job. You have to focus on what you want, okay? And I shit you not, you will be so surprised at how much comes up. And like, even for example, Eric, I think he did like some money mindset thing, or I was talking about it, and all of a sudden he found like $10 on the ground. Like, that's the thing that happens, okay? So affirm what you want, not what you don't want, especially dream body too. If you are like, oh my gosh, I hate my body, I hate my body, I hate my body, or my body, like, losing weight is hard, losing weight. If you're focusing on that, that's what's going to come up in your brain 24/7 over and over again. But if you're like, I'm focusing on healing my body, I'm going to have my dream body, I'm working towards my dream body, I love my body, whatever, like, that's what you're going to notice and that's what you're going to feel. So focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Number 10 is shift your identity. Again, this is one of my favorite things in the whole entire world to talk about. But in order to have an unstoppable mind, you have to shift yourself to become the person that has an unstoppable mind. If you tell yourself, I can never work on my mindset, I'm so unhappy all the time, that's what you're telling your brain. So your brain's going to focus on being unhappy. But if you're like shifting yourself to the identity of this person that's like, oh my gosh, I'm unstoppable, I have this mindset. Even if at first you don't believe yourself, the more you tell yourself over and over again, the easier it will be. And the faster you will shift into the identity of a person that believes that, okay? I think what's cool about identity is you can literally shift your identity overnight. I went from being so unhappy with my body, I was so negative, so miserable, and one day I decided, fuck this, I'm tired of feeling sorry for myself, I'm not going to be a victim to myself, I am going to change. And I literally shifted my identity to start believing that I was going to have my dream body. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And that's what I did. And then I ended up making a whole career out of it and led me into becoming obsessed with the mindset side of things. And now here we are. Okay. But you get to decide. You get to decide. So you might as well choose something that's going to be beneficial for you. Tell yourself every single day, I have an unstoppable mindset. I am powerful. I am resilient. Whatever it is that you feel like you need to tell yourself to continue to progress towards having an unstoppable mindset, okay? A lot of times too, when you affirm like, oh, I want to have an unstoppable mindset, and then all of a sudden this mindset course pops up and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's literally perfect. You maybe in the past you wouldn't have noticed that if you weren't focusing on making your mindset more powerful and having control over your mindset. Everything happens for a reason, and you listening to this, is happening for a reason. If you are drawn to this podcast and you're listening to this now, it's for a reason and you need to listen. This is your sign to start working on your mindset to be unfucking stoppable because you are so powerful and I just want you to know that and you have to start believing it. So start now. And a lot of these things that I just mentioned, all of these 10 tips, some of them are free and you can start right now. Keeping the promise to yourself, that's number 1. That's free. Nourish your body. I guess it's not free, but you have to eat anyway, so you get to decide. Choosing what type of meal you eat is free. Finding pleasure and joy every day is free. Gratitude, that's free. Affirming what you want and shifting your identity. Those are all free things that you can start doing right now, okay? So I hope this episode was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me a message at Ashley Roberts on Instagram. And if you love this podcast episode, please share it with a friend or rate and review it. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for being here. Love you.